Perfect diets that don't work. We've all heard of these, diets that promise you're gonna drop your body fat, gain a whole bunch of muscle, and get ripped. Well, do they work or don't they work? Because for us, they didn't work. Well, why is that? Why is it they work for some people and not others? Well, it's not the diet. And quite frankly, it's not even you. It's your belief systems. And that's what it all comes down to. If you don't have the correct belief systems, whatever diet, fad, workout program you get, whatever coach, it's not gonna work because you have the wrong belief systems. Everything starts with a set of beliefs. And from beliefs, we form thoughts. And from thoughts, we form actions. And action, in turn, gives us the results. Well, why doesn't it work? Why doesn't it work for us, but it works for others? Well, let's take a closer look at that. Let's take 1 second. So I don't doubt that you wanted the diet to work. I don't even doubt that you tried your hardest for it to work. But at your deepest core, you just didn't have the right belief system. You just didn't have the right thoughts, which caused you not to take the correct action, which in turn didn't give you the results that you're looking for. It all goes back to beliefs. So in order for you to really have that transformation that you've really been wanting, for you to get in the best shape that you've always wanted to get in, you can't just focus on the diet. You can't just focus on the workout. And you sure as heck just can't focus on finding the right coach. What you need to do is work on changing your mindset. You need to work on changing your belief system, because at the root of everything, that's where a true transformation is going to happen. The worst, most frustrating thing you could possibly do is get the results and not be able to keep them. That's worse than not even getting the results. And oftentimes, people have repeated this cycle over and over and over. So they find this new shiny thing that guarantees the results that they've always been looking for. And we get excited. We get excited with the hopes that this is going to work. We get excited and we think, you know what? This is the time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to make this work. And we genuinely want it to work. We apply all the pressure. We get up early. We get off to such a solid start, but then your true beliefs kick in. See, initially it's that motivation. You have that motivation, you have that adrenaline, you have that excitement. So it's easy to get up early. You even get excited. You start telling others how it's working for you and that you feel better than you've ever felt before. You have more energy than you ever had, but then it weans, wears off, it absolutely goes away. You start having those days when you get up in the morning where you start hitting the snooze button. You get up in the morning and, that little voice that's on everybody's shoulder starts telling you, man, just sleep in. You deserved it. You deserve a day off. You had a hard week at work. Sleep in. And then you give in to that voice just once. You tell yourself, okay, just this one time. Maybe I do need some extra sleep. Maybe I do deserve this cheat. It's just one cheat meal. But then once you acknowledge and start listening to that voice, then it starts to solidify your true beliefs. Then it starts to back up the current belief system that you have of you don't deserve those results. You're not willing to work for those results. All that's doing is making it a million times harder the next time you have to wake up in the morning. All that's doing, you giving in, that just one time of you giving in is making it so much harder the next time your wife's sitting in front of you and she's eating something that's magically delicious that you absolutely want. Well, guess what? You're not going to be able to say no. You're not going to be able to say no because you gave in to that temptation. And again, it all leads back to your beliefs. So how do we change our beliefs? How do we fix this issue? How do we fix this problem that troubles most people, quite frankly, their whole life? For most people, they're going to struggle their whole life trying to get to that person they know they can be and they know they want to be. And the reason they're going to struggle with that is because they never change the framework. They never change their perspective on who they are. You're not limited by your potential. You're limited by your beliefs. Not your potential. Nobody ever lives up to their full potential. Not one person listening to this video has to worry about, man, did I max out my potential? Because we all know there's so much more in us. If we all know there's so much more in us, then what's the problem? It's your belief that you can be that person. It's your belief that you can reach those potentials. So you have to start changing your framework. You have to start changing who you are currently, because it's who you are currently that's going to take you to that person you want to be. So if you need to change who you are currently to be the person you want to be, it would make sense to become that person now. So ask yourself a question. That person that you want to be, that version of you that you've been trying to be for years, what would that person do when their alarm went off early in the morning? Would they hit the snooze button or would they get up? Would they stick to their diet or give in? What do you think? You know the answer to this. They would get up, they would hop up, they would jump up. Why? Because they're excited, not necessarily about the workout. I've been at this game 25 plus years, and 90% of the time, I'm not excited to go to the workout. My wife is absolutely beautiful. She is gorgeous. So getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning and leaving her to go do a workout around a whole bunch of sweaty people, it's not something I look forward to. But here's what I do look forward to. I do look forward to becoming that man who was bigger than excuses. I do look forward to be that man that can stand next to my wife and be proud of myself, be proud of my body, be proud of what I worked for because I didn't hit the snooze button. That's what I look for. Now, what is standing between me and that man? Well, getting up and going and doing a workout, sticking to my diet. See, in order for things to change, you have to change. You have to change now. You can't wait to change. You have to change now. You have to transform now into that person you want to be. And oftentimes we're so far in the future that one day I'll be the type of person who gets up without hitting the snooze button. One day I'm going to be the type of man that sticks to my diet. One day. That one day will never come until you make that one day today. It's very simple when you break it down. It's very simple when you think of it like this. But oftentimes we're chasing a shiny object. You know, as humans, we love things that are new. We love things that are interesting. We love things that we've never tried before because there's so many things out there that we've tried and failed at. There's so many things out there that other people we know have tried and failed at. So when this new thing comes out, this new and improved thing that can get us the results, we get excited. What does excitement do? It breeds motivation. That word that everybody likes to cling to. I'm just not motivated. Well, motivation ain't gonna do it. At 5 a.m. in the morning when you gotta get up out of a warm bed, put on some cold gym clothes, hop in your car and drive to the gym, most days motivation is just not gonna do it. What's gonna do it is discipline. What's going to do it is your belief systems, your belief that you can become the person that you want to be, your belief that you can become the best version of you. That's what you need to work on. So we put so much emphasis on exterior things and we forget about interior things. We forget about the voice in our head. See, we have so much conversation and most of the conversation we have is with ourselves. It's that internal dialect. So I would ask you this, if you made it this far in the video, what is your internal dialect? What does that sound like? Are you someone who's positive or are you someone who's negative? What does that version of you currently look like? Because that version of you can currently control. You don't have to wait for an exterior thing, an exterior person, something outside of you to change what's in you. A matter of fact, that's a terrible way to go about this whole thing. If you depend on something that's outside of you to change the inner you, that means you're not in control. And I don't know if you're anything like me, I like being in control, especially of my own results. If I'm going to do the work, I want to be in control of the results. So I'm not going to rely on some motivation that comes outside of me. I'm going to install the right framework. I'm going to install the right belief systems that's going to allow me to get up and be the man that I need to be. Maybe not the man that I am currently, but the man I need to be. So if I have the belief system that I can reach this potential, that I can get the body, that I can get the abs, that I can't, like I am the type of person that gets up and does what he says he's going to do. I'm the type of person that goes to the gym and gives 1000%, even if you know you currently only give 60%. See, you need to align your mind and your body. Once you do those two things, you become unstoppable. But most people let their body control their mind. And someone that lets their body control their mind, That's scary. That's a very, very scary way to live life and go about it. So, perfect diets that don't work, that's one way of looking at it. Or are you just not working using the perfect diet? Are you just not working using the proven method? Are you just not working using the coach that's giving you the blueprint? Is it your fault? No, I wouldn't say it's your fault, but it is your current set of beliefs. And if that's you, no problem. The good news, you can change it today. The bad news, it's gonna take work. There's no such thing as the easy path. There's no such thing as the easy road. But here's what I do know with 100% certainty. There's nothing wrong with you because God doesn't create junk. God doesn't make mistakes. So it's little tweaks that can get you a long way. So if you got any value thus far in this video, do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're really feeling it in your heart and you want some more of this information, hit the subscribe button. If not, no worries. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's crush the day.